嘢發生，佢哋
Many of them had been molested by their employers.
有好多都係即係被
One girl I knew lived in a garden shed.
僱主蝦啦。
A garden shed. That was her home. One of the Filipinos working for Chinese lived in a garden shed. That was her home.
哦，即係有個菲律賓人係為即係幫一個中國人打工，咁但係佢嘅屋企就喺一個花園度。
And you know what she said to me?
但佢你知唔知佢同我講咩咧
I like it here because I can be alone with God.
我中意喺呢度啊，因為我可以咧單獨同神一齊。
Never complained.
從來都冇埋怨過、投訴過。
Always happy.
成日都咁開心。
Always looking at Jesus' face.
常常都咧仰望耶穌。
I gave you a paper on Hannah.
係啦，我俾咗你手上咪有張紙係關於。
I gave you a little background on Hannah.
係啦，係一啲哈拿嘅背景。
Hannah wanted to have children.
哈拿咧，佢好想有 BB。
She loved her husband.
佢好愛佢嘅丈夫。
Her husband had 2 wives.
佢嘅丈夫有2個老婆。
And one had boys and girls, about 7 children.
有一個就有幾個小朋友啦。
Same old story. Look what I got.
咁係啦，即係咁嗰個。
You didn't do it.
嗰個大婆大婆定細婆，總之另一個老婆咧就話：你睇下我有啲乜嘢，你做唔到我做到嘅嘢。
Okay, this is a church lady.
呢個就係返教會喎，呢一個。
Who's loving her sister in the Lord, right? She's the other wife, Penny, I don't know. Anyway, her name begins with a P. Is she praying for Hannah to have children?
係啦，佢有冇為哈拿嚟祈禱，等佢可以都有 BB 咧
God loves me more than you.
神咧愛我多過愛你啊！
When Richard and I were first married,
當Richard 同埋Nancy 最初結婚嘅時候
I wanted children.
係啦，佢想要小朋友。
I wanted to carry his child.
係啦，佢好想同Richard 咧有佢哋自己嘅
I would
小
grab
朋友。
Richard's hand. We'd get in every line for a miracle baby.
係啦，佢哋成日都捉住手一齊祈禱，就希望
Over and over and over
有一個嘅
again.
BB， 常常都係咁樣。
And one day Richard said to me, I love you a lot. Isn't that enough?
係，跟住有一日Richard 就同佢講：我好愛你啊，係咪咁啊？我愛你就夠啦咁樣。
I wanted those babies.
我想要同佢有 BB。
But God hears the desires of your heart. He gave me 2 children.
神俾Nancy 有2個小朋友。
And now He's brought me to the world to love many children.
佢
I will never stop
呢度
loving
去愛
children.
所有嘅小朋友，佢唔會停止去愛啲細路。
So Hannah went to the church.
咁哈拿佢就返到教會啦。
And she prayed to God.
佢就向神祈禱。
She cried.
佢喊。
She worshiped.
佢敬拜。
She stayed after everybody else because she wanted a child. Lord, let me have a child.
佢到神喺度祈禱，佢就因為好想要 BB， 佢就同神祈禱話：神啊，你俾我有 BB 啦。
And the pastor went up to her.
咁當跟住有個牧師就嚟到佢嗰度啦。
Who was in the line of Aaron?
佢係喺亞倫
Eli.
以利。
And he says, "Woman, why don't you go home? You're drunk."
你呢個女人，你返屋企啊！你喺度醉酒。
Oh, he was kind to her.
咁佢對佢好友善。
She said to him, "I'm just praying for a child."
佢就同嗰個牧師講啦：我喺度祈禱係想要 BB。
I want God to hear my heart.
我想咧神聽到我個心啊。
I want God to let me have a baby.
我想神俾我可以都有 BB。
And she went home.
跟住佢就返屋企，返屋企。
Now Elkanah, her husband, was a good man.
佢個丈夫係一個好嘅男人。
He gave her everything more than the other wife.
佢俾晒所有嘢俾佢啲老婆。
And Hannah prayed for the other wife all the time. Hannah prayed for Penny's children, for her husband.
哈拿嘅老婆咧就為Penny 啲小朋友都祈禱啦，為佢哋祈禱。
Because Hannah had a heart of God.
因為哈拿有神嘅心。
When Ken was 7 years old,
當Ken 7歲嘅時候，
God said he's going to the mission field.
神就話佢會去到宣教。
And I love my son.
好愛我Nancy 好愛佢仔。
I said, Lord, could I keep him a little bit longer?
佢就同神講：我可唔可以咧同我仔一齊再耐啲啊？
This is the second year
呢個係
I've got to celebrate a birthday with my son.
呢個係第2年可以同喺8年裏面呢個第2次咧同Ken 嚟到慶祝生日。
But you're weird as a mom
咁
because you have such a strong relationship with your child.
佢話你諗下一個阿媽即係同阿仔嗰個咁強嘅關係。
When I carried Kenneth in my womb,
當佢有咗Ken 嘅時候，
no one had ever loved me.
冇人去愛佢。
And I told God,
我同神講
if you will make this baby come and be healthy, I will love him all his days.
我話如果你
I will love him all the time he's alive. No, just say that.
OK， 總之佢會好愛Ken 咯。
That's mine. Stop. We're worrying. We've been working double jobs this week. It's been amazing. Okay. So Hannah, after the pastor finally knew that she was serious,
咁當個牧師發現咦佢真係好認真喎。
prayed for her and her husband. She went home and she got a baby.
跟住佢就翻到屋企，跟住冇幾耐之後佢就有 BB 啦。
But when you get a baby that you love more than anything,
當你有咗 BB 之後，你就會愛呢個 BB 多過愛其他嘢。
the Church of the Living God would give that baby to Jesus. The Church of the Living God
永活嘅神
would give that baby to Jesus.
即係教會咧，佢就會將呢個 BB 就會俾咗神。
Now think about it.
咁你諗下，
She waited all those years for that baby.
佢咧等咗成年咧都係等，即係等咗好耐好多年咧都係等呢個 BB。
Then she said to her husband, as soon as he's finished nursing,
佢就同佢個老公講，佢話當佢咧養到阿仔去到唔知幾多歲。
I'm going to give him to be a priest. I'm taking him to the church to give him to raise.
係啦，跟住佢就會俾咗教會，俾咗祭司，就由祭司佢哋去湊大佢啦。
I gave my daughter to the church.
我將我個女咧都俾咗教會。
And the youth group kind of messed her mind up and her life in the Lord. The youth group messed her up in the church.
係啦，喺個青年嘅嘅小組裏面咧，都即係令到佢個女都即係搞到佢個女都唔係好信耶穌。
I trusted the church.
我相信教會。
There were some bad people in that church.
但喺嗰度有一啲唔好嘅人喺教會裏面。
But she'll never leave Jesus.
但佢從來都唔係即係為耶穌而活嘅。
She will be hot as fire when the Lord comes. Hot as the Lord's fire when the Lord comes. I got it.